This your girl Ray doing another video real quick. And the 914 for today is it's getting serious. All this arguing and beefing on YouTube is about to end. It's about to end. Not because the YouTube creators are like not beefing, but a lot of them don't want to go back and forth to court. A lot of them don't like their government names to be given. A lot of them. I have been watching YouTube since 2013. I didn't start making videos until real physical videos until what, 2016, 2017. I went on to different names, but the first name always remained the same. Arabia. Arabia is my government name. It's the first name of my government name. A lot of y'all know what my real name is. I don't give a fuck about that. Because I'm not doing anything wrong. But I've been watching a lot of my favorite YouTubers doing different videos. And one of them did a video yesterday that resembled the video I did a few days before that. I was talking about what happened in Buffalo, New York. I was talking about Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, Black Lives Matter, and how they only seem to appear when white people or the police departments kill black people. They never mention anything about black on black crime. Okay, I live in an area right here in South Carolina that has 804 sex offenders. Whether they be registered or not, it might be more than that. The numbers was less than that a month ago. Now all of a sudden it's raised up to 804 people. 2 of the sexual offenders live not too far from where I live. I find that very interesting. Because when I was living in New York, the last place I lived in New York was Yonkers, New York. I lived right there on 54 Saratoga Avenue. I loved that apartment I lived in. 2B. 54 Saratoga Avenue, apartment 2B. I lived on the second floor. I lived towards the back of the building. There was another apartment in front. That was a Puerto Rican lady named Nancy. We're going to call her Nancy. Nancy was a nice lady. But there was one particular night. I was in my apartment. And I decided to leave the apartment and go to the store, the corner store right there on Lawrence Street. So I went there, went to the store, purchased what I purchased, came back home. 10 minutes after I left, what happened? Somebody went in the store and stabbed somebody. maybe a month or two before that, one of my co-workers got shot in his head. He was just standing on a stoop outside his house. They don't mention anything about black on black crime. August of 2011, Newport News, Virginia. 4 of my relatives was murdered by a black man. Where was Black Lives Matter? Where was Al Sharpton? Where was Jesse Jackson? Where is all these black organizations that said that they for black people? Oh, they're nowhere around because there's no budget for when black people kill black people. I was living in New York, New Rochelle, New York, when this happened. I had just went to a funeral service up the street on 95 Lincoln Avenue. The same night I went to a service up there, what happened? It wasn't so much a service. It was like a AA meeting, you know. I call them services, funeral service, because all of us the same anyway. It's all come from the same school. One of my cousins was murdered. Ray Barbosa. Murdered. He wasn't murdered by white people. He wasn't murdered by the police. He was murdered by other black men in the neighborhood that was selling drugs. My cousin down here, Stephen Grant. He's related to me on my mother's side. Close relative. He was somewhere here in Charleston, South Carolina, and black people killed him. See, it's not what the Ku Klux Klan is doing. It's not what the Nazis are doing. It's not what the skinheads are doing. It's not about that. It's about black on black crime. And those of y'all that take my videos, you watch my videos, you are known YouTubers. You watch my videos. Instead of giving me credit or saying that I got this from this YouTuber or this supporter, you choose not to say that. You choose not to say it. I don't have to say no more. You say you don't watch people, but I know you're watching my videos. Because the same wording I put in the beginning of my video I did a few days ago of what happened in Buffalo, you put in your video. When I mentioned Hassan Campbell, you put that in your video. When I said Hassan was right about a lot of shit he's talking about, I don't agree with everything he says, but I do agree with what he's talking about black on black crime. And it happens. What is our biggest problems in the black community? Number 1, colorism. Number 2, men and women beefing and fighting and battling amongst each other, which is called what? Domestic violence. Number 3, child abuse, child neglect. How do you think DMX ended up going into foster care system? How do you think he ended up at Children's Village right there in Westchester County, New York? I know where that place is at. And that place is a terrible place. Children's Village? Any child that came from Westchester County, if they was in foster care and they ended up at that place, they would cry holy hell. When I moved to South Carolina. And I went into a mental health institution. William S. Hall, right there in Columbia, South Carolina. Bull Street. 17 years old. I was there because of self-mutilation. I became a self-mutilator. That means someone that is physically destroying their body. Physically. Cutting, burning, whatever. It is what it is. If you look at my videos, acknowledge what you got from my video. Acknowledge what has been shared. Because if I look at your video and I see something that you posted or videotape or whatever, I'm going to acknowledge where I got my information from. Now I'm starting to acknowledge another YouTube platform. And a lot of you know what it is. I'm getting ready to share it to my Facebook page. Matter of fact, after I do this video, I'm going to do a Facebook Live. And I'm going to share about that YouTube page. Because that YouTube page confirms everything. It's a confirmation on what I'm thinking about the world, how I see the world, what's really going on in foster care, what's really going on, how all these women are being missing, what's really going on with these so-called satanic worship, what's really going on with different belief systems. That's what I'm going to share about. It is what it is. 914 Westchester County, New York. We always on top. Never going to be on bomb. Everybody else is a hater. You can't even say where you got your information from. But you want to post a video yesterday morning and talk shit like the way I talk the shit way before Friday morning. Go figure. Today I took off from work because I'm not feeling good. And I don't have to work every day anyway. I can work part-time and still do what I need to do. It is what it is. 914 Westchester County, New York. We always on top. Never going to be on bottom. Other motherfuckers hating on us.